Let us begin. Find yourself in a comfortable position. For this practice, I do recommend lying down initially doing this and placing something underneath your knees so that we can soften the space of the back. If there is any tension in the belly or in the muscles in the front of the body, it tends to create a hardness in the lower back region where the kidneys reside. If you plan to be sitting, find yourself balanced on your sit bones and your feet flat or in a nice cross-legged position, feeling the elongation of your spine and allowing yourself to settle slightly back in the body so that you're completely balanced. And as you settle into this position that you're in, give yourself permission to fully let go. Let go of any preconceived notion or of anything that you happen to be carrying with you in this moment. Just put the pause button on. And invite yourself to fully arrive in this beautiful body. This gift that we've been given, sometimes have been exiled from or disenfranchised from our own home. As the body is the home. Feeling how your breath just naturally breathes on its own. You don't even have to effort. It's effortless. Allow your breath to just float in your body like a beautiful wave swashing up on the shoreline and then meandering back down. Sensing the rhythm of your own water. The water of your breath, the water of your body. And when we begin to notice the breath and how it moves through the body, it sometimes just begins to soften on its own. Again, we're in a place of effortlessness, allowing gravity to have its way, releasing any sort of tension or holding patterns. You can gently squeeze your fists or your hands and your fingers together and then release the fingers. Perhaps gently roll your head, just a little rolling to the right or the left to release the neck, maybe even a slight lift of your shoulders, and a definite softening of the belly, the space of the torso becoming so receptive to the movement of the breath and the allowing of your body to settle right into the space of the earth like she is cradling you. She is holding you. Become aware of the space of the kidneys, your lower back between your ribs and your pelvis, the crest of your pelvis and the sacrum. The kidneys live in this area just below the lowest rib, the 12th rib. The kidneys sometimes, out of emotion, even temperature, just life in general, will tighten up and sort of crawl towards the center of the body, toward the midline and up underneath the ribs. So as you rest here, allowing your body to soften even more and more, and becoming aware of the space of the kidneys, intentionally and deliberately ask the kidneys and the adrenals and the kidney energy to soften down into the earth. It's a deliberate and intentional request. So that the kidneys can drop into the earth and receive the beautiful energy of Mother Earth. And presence your whole body as you feel the kidneys begin to soften. Sometimes it's hard to feel the kidney area or what might be happening. So if your hands are next to your sides or happen to be on your belly or anywhere, just gently create a small and easy, gentle fist, like a slightly open fist. And then over a period of a couple of breaths, slowly release that holding in the hands and the fingers so that the palm of the hand becomes open and soft. This is a mirror of what you can do in the space of your kidneys. It's that same concept of things are being held sometimes beyond our knowingness that happen on an unconscious holding level. And as you release the tension in your palms, consciously and deliberately, imagine that the tension in the kidneys is softening and spreading along the earth, allowing your lower back to soften and become heavier. And as you do this, become aware again of your breath. The gentle rise and fall of the breath in the body, wherever you may feel the breath. The breath is so interesting because we think of as we breathe that it's mostly happening in the front of the body. That's how we often experience our breath. But much of the lung tissue resides in the back of the body. So as you breathe, bring your awareness into that lower back area space of the kidneys. Again, just the intention and the awareness alone can create a shift and change. You can deliberately inquire if the breath moves down into this area. Sometimes it's just knowing that it can and learning to experience a different way of breathing. It's as if you are breathing the kidneys themselves. And the kidneys like very tiny balloons, the size of your fist, with those sweet little adrenal glands like raisins sitting right on top, are very gently expanding. Even just the light of the kidneys being brightened by your inhaling breath. And as you exhale, a softening, a letting go, a releasing begins to happen. Can even imagine that the breath turns the little raisin of the adrenal gland and starts to plump it up like a juicy grape, replenishing the energy of the kidneys, giving them complete permission to relax, to breathe. Allow your kidneys to breathe. Again, bring your sense of awareness and feeling tone of the body into the space of the breath and how you are breathing. We've paid so much attention to the kidneys. I think the heart is saying, "What about me?" So bring your awareness now into the heart and notice how the heart floats on the breath. In a way, it has a quality of being quite buoyant, like it's floating on the waters, or the rhythm of the wave-like motion of the inhalation and the exhalation. And even in its sense of buoyancy, it can also have a quality of heavying down into the earth, also a letting go of the heart, so that the heart can soften and expand and establish its sense of luminosity. There is a certain quality of steadiness that happens when we begin to balance the letting go of the heart so that it can reside in its own true nature, resting on the earth, along with the release of the kidneys. Sometimes we push through the space of the heart out into the world. And this practice is about letting go of the need to push. The heart wants it to be a certain way, or the mind wants it to be a certain way, and so the heart follows that pattern, and then the kidneys push for that. So this practice is about letting that go and encouraging the relationship that the kidneys and heart have with each other. The energy balances itself out. There is like a connective tissue covering or sheath around the heart that's continuous with the diaphragmatic tissue. And as the diaphragm and the tails of the diaphragm drop down into the lower back, that connective tissue wraps around the kidneys. So if we have any tension in the breath, which is often an indication of our mental, emotional state, if we have any tightness around the heart or any need to push through the space of the kidneys, they all impact each other, even through the physiology and the anatomy of the connective tissue. So this practice of balancing the heart and the kidneys is about releasing your physiology, releasing any sort of tension or holding in the connective tissue or the fascia of the heart, the diaphragm, kidney area, and of the energetics of the whole system in the body. And now that you've settled into this place of knowingness and feelingness in your body, place a hand on your heart and at the same time feel that space in the low kidney area and say to yourself, I love you. Repeat it out loud and listen to the sound of your voice. Listen to how you become more tender, softer, more gentle. How the softness in your voice reflects the heart. I love you. I love you. Tenderize yourself with these words, taking in the sound, the beautiful sound of your voice, and allow every facet of you to sponge and absorb and nourish yourself with all of this love. I love you. I'm listening. I love you. I feel you. I love you. I feel you. I am listening. I am allowing. Sense your whole sense of being. The quality of your whole body. The space of the heart, the kidneys, and the beautiful connection between the two. Feel the sense of steadiness as you bring your awareness to both parts of the body, to the space of the heart, the space of the kidneys. As the mind can hold all of this and become more and more balanced. So as we move out into the world, go about our days, interact with life, move into our space of our dreams and our truth of who we know ourselves to be, we are in direct connection with our true essence of our will to realize our truth in the knowingness and the beauty of our heart space and our capacity to fully receive and give love. And take these next few many breaths and fill yourself with this nourishment of knowing, of allowing, of receiving. And before you close your practice, commit to yourself that you will visit this place many times throughout the day, making this sense of connection between your heart and your kidneys. Repeat to yourself, I love you. I love you.